And let's see this beautiful problem which unites coordinate geometry with calculus. And J Advance has already asked one similar problem in hyperbola where dl by dx1 and dl by dy1 was used. So it was not too much connected with coordinate and calculus, but this one is probably a better connection. Anyway, let's start with this. So before you go further, in general, the way of attacking mathematics question is to comprehend the problem. So read problem slow and then go about it. Okay, so for every t belongs to real, let LT with the line segment joining 0, 1 with t comma 0. So it's better to draw a picture. So 0 comma 1 is a fixed point and we have t comma 0 over here, which can dance along x-axis. So for particular value of t, let's say if I keep t equals 1, we have this line segment, which is, let's call it L1. If I'll take T2, we'll have a new line segment called L2. L0 will have this vertical line, L minus 1, and so on and so forth. Suppose LT intersects the parabola y equals x square. So now we have y equals x square as this. At the point PT, right? So this point is P2. We have this beautiful point P1, P0, P minus 1, and so forth. So define a function r to r as ft equals y coordinate of pt. It means we want y coordinate means these heights. Okay, so what is the function? For any location, the function will give corresponding to the point. So function each points p, t, and it returns y coordinate, right? Answer the following question with justification. So what is f of t? It's y coordinate of point t. So let's say if I ask what is f of 1, it will be y coordinate of point 1. So function is eating the t value actually, right? Function corresponding to point, the function is eating t value, a number, and it's giving you another number. And hence the function is operating from r to r. Okay, जैसे f of 1 अगर हम calculate करें तो f of 1 क्या देगा बाबू? f of 1 is y coordinate. F of 1 is basically y coordinate of this point where the line segment x plus y equals 1 intersects y equal to x square, right? तो आप देख सकते हो x plus x square equal to 1 हो जाएगा. So x plus x square minus 1 equal to 0 corresponding to f of 1 I'm trying to find. So x equals minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac. So 5 by 2a, right? So what is y coordinate of the point? Clearly y coordinate of the point, because x coordinate we have 2 points. So corresponding to t equals 1 or the point 1, we are getting two values. One is minus 1 minus root 5 by 2, that's discarded. So other is minus 1 plus root 5 by 2. अब इसको वापस if we'll put in the y, you will get the y coordinate. So that will be the output for this, right? So first question is if f is f continuous, ये आपसे पूछ रहा है. Second is f bounded. Third is what is limit t tends to infinity of t, and is f differentiable at 0. Now one way is you can directly start with the general equation of a line. So let me take a general line LT, which is given by y equals 1 minus x by t. So the x coordinate of point of intersection LT with parabola y equals x square we can solve the way I have solved with this equation. अब इसको जैसे ही आप सॉल्व कीजिएगा, x का जो वैल्यू आ रहा है वो है माइनस 1 बाई टी प्लस माइनस रूट ओवर 4 प्लस 1 बाई टी स्क्वायर ओवर 2. That you can see very easily. Okay, so now I can tell like for t positive x value, if I rationalize it, getting minus 1 plus 1 plus 4t square by 2. Like just you take a square things little bit manipulation. इसको you can rationalize is also with root over, let's say something plus 1 is there, so I can multiply with root over something minus 1 and plus 1 on both sides. So that will give me 2t by 1 plus root over 4t square plus 1. So remember this is x coordinate, so y coordinate is nothing but x square. So y coordinate जो मुझे पास है इसका स्क्वायर will give 4t square by 40 square plus 2 root 1 plus 40 square. So this is basically our function, right? So our function is this equals f of t, a continuous function, and the only danger where it will have is if denominator is 0, but luckily denominator is never 0 because it's strictly greater than equal to 0, and this quantity is definitely greater than equal to 0. In fact, it will be strictly greater than 0 because 40 square is just greater than 0. So the function is continuous everywhere because it's continuity of polynomial and a square root function. So a basic algebra of continuous function is polynomial. Now, is it bounded? So is there a extreme limit to which this function can go? Yes, you can clearly see this is an even function, okay, because f of t and f of minus t will be equal, just like looking at the question. That means whatever graph is in positive side वो negative side, at t equal to 0 वो तो clear है जो function का value 0 होगा, right? At t equals infinity, okay, at t equals infinity, if I'll calculate limit t tends to infinity f of t, so that I can see very clearly this is going to be 1. Okay, the reason is because the occard of this term will be nothing in front of, this is suppose if we'll take this term, so when t is very large, this term will almost be negligible in front of t square. Okay, a better logic of doing this mathematically will be you can take t square common, so 4t square by 4t square, so you take common, so 1 by 2 plus 2 root over 1 plus 4t square by 4t square will get. When t tends to infinity, we'll get this expression, and now you can easily push 40 square inside the system, right? तो ये क्वांटिटी का लिमिट कितना हो जाएगा, दैट विल बी 2 by 40 स्क्वायर प्लस रूट ओवर 1 plus 40 स्क्वायर, ओके, एंड दिस डिवाइडेड बाय 40 स्क्वायर 2 times, and if you'll again push this inside, it will be 16t4. Okay, so if I'll take this inside the root, it will be divided by 16t4, so 1 plus this 1 by that. Now we know when t tends to infinity, this will die, this will die, so answer is 1. Okay, तो infinity पे तो इसको somewhere 1 होना है. So now I know, like even if graph dwindles or do whatever, okay, since it's an even function, so I know definitely I don't care about graph much because you can even differentiate and take care about how exactly its nature is happening. So it might happen like this, okay, or it might go come and down just by looking at the function. But in fact, very philosophically I can check from here what's happening, ठीक है. In fact, philosophically अगर आप देखोगे तो शायद ग्राफ ऐसे ही करेगा क्योंकि monetarily it will increase and will try to saturate to 1 level. So the range of function f of t is definitely belonging to 0 to 1. So this is a bounded function, right? The third, so f is continuous is correct, f is bounded is correct, limit t tends to infinity f t, that also we got, it's 1. And is f differentiable at 0? ठीक है, तो differentiability को how will you check? So at 0 I can take, if f dash 0 exists, then definitely limit t tends to 0 f of t minus f of 0 divided by t minus 0 should exist. It should be finite. अब f of 0 is clearly 0, तो f of t by t को calculate कर लेते हैं. So that will be 4t divided by 4 t square by 2 plus 2 times root over 4 2 square plus 1. And this limit is not an indeterminate form because determinate when t is tending to 0 is 0 by clearly a 2 plus 2 4 and 0 by 4 is 0. So yes, limit exists and f dash 0 is 0. It means yes, it's differentiable at 0. ठीक है ना. So with this we got all 4 answer correct. If it is J advanced type, then probably they'll give limit t tends to infinity as an option. So hence A, B, C, D, all 4 are correct over here. अब देखो, like this is about solving the problem, but once you solve the problem, you must get a sense of it. Now very beautifully you can see continuity is automatically installed in the problem because as the y coordinate will definitely not drastically change. You can see all these line segment will continuously move and the y coordinate will go smoothly. So definitely this function is continuous. Is f bounded? Is f bounded means is there any upper limit to the y coordinate of point pt? That is also interesting because definitely there will be upper limit. कैसे? आप देखो, द पॉइंट इज ना विदाउट टचिंग द प्रॉब्लम, जस्ट आप डायग्राम से फील करके भी क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व कर सकते थे. क्यों? क्योंकि वी हैव अ फिक्स पॉइंट 0,1 over here, and as this line segment dances, you see, at this changes, now there will be upper limit. The upper limit will be this horizontal line, because if we'll draw again any other line over here, right? So since it's a line segment, so this part is not allowed, right? For negative, we'll have this kind of line segment. So again, upper limit is a horizontal line. So since we have y equal to x square, and this guy is y equal to 1, so the point is 1, 1. So in the limiting case, you can see the y coordinate will be this height, right? In the limiting case, we'll have this high as the y coordinate, which will not be achieved. इसका मतलब I know the y coordinate maximum it can go to tending to 1, and minimum definitely it will touch 0. Okay, so this will be the range of the function directly by looking at the diagram, and you see it's continuously going from 0 to 1. 1 it will not touch. Similarly at this direction also it's going to, height is going from 0 to 1. 1 it will not touch. तो वहाँ से function का आपको feel भी आ रहा है, like it will start from 0 and it will not touch 1. So this is how ft will behave, right? Moreover, is it differentiable? Differentiable means what? Like this y coordinate is not having sudden change, okay, in its growth. ठीक है, तो वो डिफरेंशियलिटी एट 0 भी गारंटी हो रहा है, क्योंकि स्मूथनेस, बिकॉज सडन चेंज नहीं हो रहा है. देख रहे हो ना, वाई कोऑर्डिनेट इज ड्रॉपिंग लाइक दिस और इज इंक्रीजिंग लाइक दिस. So with physical intuition also, this question could be solved. So continuous is obvious, boundedness from diagram is obvious, limit tends to infinity 1 is obvious, and differentiability is also intuitive, like just if you see the diagram. Okay, so that was the beauty of this problem. Let's move to the next question, and one more interesting question is from matrices wed with calculus.